Games and Guns. This is Outer Worlds, and today we're going to be talking about the Supernova. Now we're going to go here to Settings. So as you can see, I am playing Supernova. I'll tell you what. If you've never played Outer Worlds, get it. I don't know how much it is. It's probably around. I mean, this thing came. I played it the last time I played this was in 2023, so it's probably around 10, $15. Most definitely worth it. Um, I This is definitely a $25, $30 game, maybe even 40. Um, it's definitely worth it. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of customization on this. Um, but yeah, you'll probably be able to find this for 10, $15 easy. Now on the flip side, part two of this, Outer Worlds 2, you wait till it's 10 or $15. Don't bother wasting your money on it now. Um, Typically, you have one game come out like Outer Worlds, and then they have Outer Worlds 2, which you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. It's going to be better than the original. Like Witcher 2 was great, and then they came out with Witcher 3, and it blew it all away. Well, they didn't. That didn't happen with Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2, while it is kind of fun, in the long run, it sucks big time compared to the first one. They dumbed it down so much. It's stupid. It is. Like this stuff here, like um, Supernova is hard. It is hard. Their most difficult setting on Outer Worlds 2 would be like normal on Outer World, like normal setting. Seriously, maybe even story. Um, it's yeah, no. I'm gonna say their most difficult is like normal and Outer Worlds too. So on Supernova, if you look in the upper left-hand corner, you see I've got Lily Nova 16, which is my current level, and then underneath the 16, there's three stats there. Well, that is fatigue, food, and drink. Hold on a second. Yep, I gotta do this. So we're gonna sleep. You have to sleep. Okay. Wait. Let me sleep one more time. And the middle one, okay. Now if we go into the stats here, see? Thirst. So if you're thirsty, it affects your stats. So here it affects melee, handguns, da da da. So what do you have to do? Well, you have to go in, you have to eat. Which, no problem. We'll have some Raptidon meat. We're going to eat that, and we're going to drink some Purple Berry Punch. One more. Boom. Okay, so I got full setup. So all my skills, I got nothing. Boom. Everything is good to go. Alright. Hold on a second. Oh. Let me store. Yeah, I'm at like 58 weight here. Let's see. Okay. Alright, let's see. Get rid of that. Yeah, I mean, they're just like this sniper bonus. Oh my. There's so many different things that you can use. It can actually be a little overwhelming. But don't, concentrate. You're playing it on easy. If you're playing it story, you're playing it normal. You don't really have to worry about too much. Um, you just want to be able to run. like this heals 25%. This gives you plus 200% regeneration last 2 minutes. This adds 25% to health. The sniper does adds to critical damage, bonus to extra headshot. Yeah. Let's see. This one here is armor rating plus 10. It only lasts 20 seconds. See, that's one of the things. You see this, you're like, I don't really need it. Unless you're running, you might need it, but if you play it smart, you won't. This here is adds to critical damage and the bonus. Like I said, I don't really do it too much. So now one of the things we were talking about was weapons here. Let's see, level 8, sneak. So as you can see, I've got this kind of set up here. Let's see, no, we're going to get rid of that. I can kind of explain it. So stealth, and this is the defective, which adds +1 to temperament. So if we go in here, actually, hold on a second. Let me save. Oh, and that's another thing. You can only save in your ship. Yeah. So I would highly recommend that you play easy, normal, run the whole storyline, get used to it, know the ins and outs of it. It's easier to get the other achievements, and then for your second playthrough, you go Supernova and the Dumb. So if you look at these stats here, let's go down to Lockpick. Now when you level up, until you hit 50, you can't do these things individually. You hit 1 in here melee, and it adds to both stats. So when I go into here do range, and I put a skill point in, it increases handguns, long guns, and heavy weapons. Until you get to 50. 250s. So stealth, if lockpick was 50, this was 40, and say this was 45, I would put 5 points in the stealth. It would increase my hack. It would increase the sneak. And once sneak hit 50, you have to go in and put individual points into this. And then you've got base skill unlocks. Now you can see the green lettering, and if you go down, tells you here like sugary drink, my riot control. Here we'll go sneak. This is better. Stealth. I got the stealth kit. I got the control armor. The sugary drink, which wears off. But the defective Moonman helmet. So basically, I've got like a 70 sneak, and so it runs decay rate, how fast they stop looking for you, and then you got the sneak attack damage. Then if you look down on sneak, at level 20, unaware enemies while crouched deal bonus damage. Then at level 40, you can pickpocket. You definitely want to get it up to 40 as quickly as possible. It's a little bit harder, but it does give you additional things. Level 60 increases your crouch speed. And just because it says 75 next to the 50 doesn't mean you get that crouch speed. It has to be the base stat. So I don't get an extra 25% on crouch. What I do get is I get the sneak attack damage. And I'm going to show you because I'm going to unequip it. So right now it's 56 sneak attack damage. So we're going to unequip this helmet. And see, now it's down to 70. So what the equipment does is it boosts your stats up. Which is good because there are actually lockpicks that are like, you need like 110 to friggin' lockpick some things. So with these stats, and you can pick certain people, your companions will, depending on what you're doing. Like for lockpicking, you really want to boost your lockpicking up. You want Parvati and you want Felix. And that'll really boost your lockpicking up. Let's go over here, I'll show you. Oop, shoot. See, persuade. So if he's in the party with me, and this only counts when you're outside of the ship, doesn't add in when you're inside the ship, which is nice because it'd be like, oh, adding all the stats and you'd be wondering. So when he's in the party, I get 13 added to persuade, I get 9 added to sneak, or I don't understand the 4 aspect. That kind of confuses me on that one. And it adds to the lockpick. Go to Parvati. Same thing. I get persuade, lockpick, and 20 on engineering. Now, I don't care what game you're playing. One of the perks, you want to get your leadership up to 60 as soon as you possibly can. Because if you look at 60, companion skill bonus to players is plus 100%. It pretty much almost doubles the stats on them. So that's extremely helpful. Alright. So that is what you want. And then let's see. That gets you up, that boosts your skills up. And then tier 3, this is why I took it, 100% skill bonus from your armor. Bonus from mods are not affected. So it's like, but still. So if I'm using my armor, I've got a stealth of 5. That's actually giving me a stealth of 10. And they're upgraded kits. That'll increase the stealth. Like that's got stealth kit plus 5. It'll be stealth kit plus 10. One of the things, they had a whole lot of good gadgets, but you want to put sprint speed in there. It's a definite. So let's go back here. Now, your main ones are dialogue, stealth, and tech. So on stealth, as you can see, number 10 where it says 10 riot control armor. But now let's say I got this persuade. I'm going into a dialogue. I haven't boosted this up yet. I need to boost it up. So stealth, this adds 1 to the temperament. When it says right here, this is what it does. It adds to this temperament. So see how it's very high and it says health regeneration? It's normally only high, and it's 28. That's why I keep that moon hat on it. Because when you're playing Supernova, you want the fast, you want a high health regeneration. The problem is you can't put it, you can't go very high. You can only go very high. I would have to make this like average. You want to have charm at good. That's because it gives you 10% of companion ability refresh, and it adds positive when you do things for the faction, which gets you up quicker, which will give you better discounts if you want to buy stuff. You want perception at high because it gives you 20% bonus for the headshot and weak spot, but it also adds to engineering, lockpick, handguns, long guns. And same thing with dexterity. Range weapons reload, but it adds to handguns, sneak, and lockpick. And I have fooled around and I've done different things to see what the best possible setup when you start this in the very beginning. Like I said, good, very high, below average, high, good, and very high. Supernova. If I'm only doing, if I'm playing easy and normal, I usually put this as very high, good, good, or good, and I think I leave that at average for the temperament because it's going to boost it up with the perk anyway. So this is where it gets complicated. So this I love things like this. Outer Worlds 2 dumbed it all down. You can't do any of this in Outer Worlds. So you notice I'm carrying all this different equipment. Well, that's because depending on what I need to do. Like if I need to increase my hack, see, hack is at 65. Well, maybe I need to increase it a little bit. Well, let's put it on here. Hack is now at 75. Remember, it increases it by 10. Anything that it does. And then I also have your companions that you pick that give you the additional hacking. I can get my hacking up probably close to 100 if I needed to. Alright. Then I put them all now. Now, mind you, what is that? It's under stealth. Sneak, hack, and lockpick. So there's stealth. There's hack. And there's lockpick. I don't have sneak because with the Moonman helmet, it does the same thing as sneak. This will increase my lockpicking. Now, let's say I need to increase my dialogue skills. I know you're going into a dialogue. This is where, whenever you're going to talk to somebody. So, basically, I've got 37, 42, and 33. So here, I've got dialogue skills, and I added Silver Tongue to it. And then I'm going to hit Persuade. Let's go into dialogue. So now I'm up to 62, 52, and 48. Alright, now I don't typically do the lie. Persuade is probably the one you really want. So if you're doing this, he's got Intimidate. Sam is Intimidate. He also increases Hack and Science. Parvati, with her in it, will add 6 to Persuade. Felix, 13. And Ellie, Lie. So if you really need to boost that up in the beginning, you want to bring Parvati and Felix with you. So that'd be 13. That'll be 19 added to the stats. So 79. That's in the beginning. It's more than enough. Trust me on that. More than enough. And of course, I put them in order. So after I'm done, I go back to stealth. Oh, let me go down. So here. So stealth is at 55 with the currently drink, which if I didn't have it, it would be at 50. Put that back on, put that back on. And now my stealth is at 75. This is the different things that you kind of fool around with. Do you have to? No, not really. you can, if you're gonna do this, you can just, I would say, depending on your playthrough, go with stealth. I mean, stealth is like crouch down with some of the things. They're almost one-shot kills, even on Supernova. And then here's tech. I've only got two. I got tech. This adds tech, and then if I need to boost my engineering, I got this. I don't use only for the rare times I need 15 for engineering. So let's go into tech here. And I don't really use that as often, but so 55, 61, and 65. So we're going to boost that, and we're going to throw the helmet on. 75, added tech. It's now 75, 86, and 85. Now with Parvetti, she adds like 20 to it, so that's over 100 for engineering. But for some reason, let's say I need even higher. All right. So look at engineering; it's at 85. Put that back on. Try to keep things in order. We're going to take the goggles, and now throwing those goggles on, engineering is 101. Yeah. So, but this is why I'm not really too worried about it, because if you're wearing that, it drops long guns down and heavy weapons, but that's not all it drops. Oops. See? It drops the perception down to good. So you only get a 10%. That's why, I don't really wear it that much. Put that back. Put that back. In order. Stealth. Then dialogue. Then tech. Yeah, and you're like, well, why not use the sneak? Well, that's because, well, sneak would increase it up past 75. You would think, but see? 74. But even if I add the kit in, it's only going to add 5, so it's going to be 79. So, plus it's 5. You want a little bit higher. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of that. Throw that for sale. And then the last one is, this actually does work for the lockpicking. So, let's see. Just forgot we need to do this. Alright, revive the companions. Alright, now that we've talked about armor, let's talk about weapons. Alright. Definitely. Now, as your weapons, I never really noticed it in the other ones, but I do notice it in Supernova. So, this is the sniper rifle. Does 216 damage. And as it lowers down, it actually drops. I think it's after 70. It'll actually start dropping in damage. Now, I screwed up. I made a mistake here. I shouldn't have done it. One of the things you can do... Oh, and by the way, Outer Worlds 2, they don't have this stuff. So here, as you can see, oh shoot. So there's 4 slots that you can put things in. Alright, each one is a little bit different. On Outer Worlds 2, there's only 1 friggin' slot. That's it. End of story. All the armor is pretty much there's only 3 different types of armor that do 3 different things. like for whatever the skill bonus is, and that's it. And then you can do one friggin' slot. Here you can mix and match and do whatever you want. Helmets, same same thing with the helmets. You can't slot anything in, but they've got dozens of different types that add. Like this will add +5 to hack, +5 to lockpick, persuade, tech skills, goggles, lockpicking. So it kind of sucks. Same thing with the handguns. You really can't do much with your handguns, but here, once you get up to a level, there's 4 slots. You can do different things. Oh, and then so here you put on a suppressor, right? It doesn't lower the damage down. Outer Worlds 2, you put a suppressor, they go, well, you're putting a suppressor, so if it does 100 points damage, you put the suppressor on. Now it only does 50 points damage. How friggin' stupid is that? You want to put shock on your weapon? Okay, 100 points. Your weapon does 100 points. You put shock on it. Now only does 50. It's stupid. Yeah. I am so glad I hadn't played Outer Worlds in a while, and I kind of missed. I kind of forgot what it was about, other than it was a great game, but it ended so quickly. Because I would have been so pissed off at Outer Worlds 2 playing it. And this is the other thing. So here's the modify. So depending on what the weapon is, grip and attack. Let's see. Okay, so there is okay, this is irons. Not only that, it looks cool, huh? I like that weapon. So we can add this here. Actually, ranged weapon spread -20%. Yeah. Frick it. Install mod. I don't really care. So your companion's weapons, you can mod them and make them what you want. Typically it starts out, this is like your typically standard weapon. You can put something in the magazine, something in the sight. And then as you level up, actually I didn't get to level 4 here. This one's only got 3. It's only got 3 spots. Where's the one? 3. Wait. I could have sworn there was one with 4. Maybe I'm thinking the armor. So, but this is where you can get in trouble. Tinker. So let's say I want to increase my weapon from 94 to 99. It's going to cost me 1,094 bits. Oh, and you can only go like 3 or 4 levels above whatever your current level is. 1,094. So I kind of screwed the pooch here, and I wasn't really thinking. And I basically boosted this up to that. I boosted the hunting rifle up. I boosted the plasma rifle up, and then I boosted Old Reliable up. Alright, don't do that. And I probably had like 28,000 in money, and next thing I know, I had 300. Yeah. technically you should try. It's kind of a catch-22 situation. When you get to Roseway, all right. So after you do the Groundbreaker, there's this one where you talk to the doctor, and she wants you to go rescue this captain. And when you rescue him, you get this Irons flintlock. But here's the kicker: as long as you've gotten that pickpocket thing, what you do, see, there's Irons flintlock. You pickpocket him before you talk to him. You get to take his flintlock. Then you have your companion equipped it. Then you talk to him again, and he gives you another one, exactly the same. So now you got two of them. And you're probably going, wow, what the heck? It's a twin shot. Alright. Look, so we're going to compare. Oh, wait. Shoot, it's not comparing the two of them. Alright, so on hers, I didn't do the magazine yet. I gotta do shock. I ran out of money. So the top one, twin shot, rate of fire, and headshot weak point is the same for both of them. Then you can add the magazine and the sights. So for her, I just gave her ranged weapon spread of -20. For me, I've got the extended sight, which allows me to see. And I did damage type of shock. But what I would do, looking back here, now it's kind of a catch-22 because it's a pain in the butt. So science, if you get it up to 80, it reduces tinkering costs to 50%. Problem is, I'm at level 16. I would have to level up 17. I would either have to put everything into science to get it up there to reduce tinkering costs while neglecting the other stats. So it's kind of a catch-22. I mean, the next level up, I'm going to 70. The next level up, I'm going to 80. Then it'll be at 50%. It'll be cheaper, and I'll have more money. But once you get his flintlock, when you go into tinkering, now you're going to go from a hunting rifle, regular one, to the Deadeye, which is going to be better, and then you're going to find this, the Ultra. This is like I think the Deadeye goes a little bit better. What you should do is you should boost this bad boy up as high as you can go. And then the same thing for your hunting rifle. And try to ignore the whatever you're using. Plasma rifle is excellent for taking down robots because it's a charge up feature and it can do a lot of damage. But it's it's shock. But this one, so the head spot goes 25 damage. And then I got perks that increase that. On stealth and everything else. So there is the handguns. You unlock the location hit effects, which shows you the different effects. So you can go for a leg to cripple, and you're getting a 25% on a leg cripple. And by the way, depending on what you're fighting, like if it's like a really big, fast, nasty animal, either use the rifle with the TDD location or use the handgun. Typically on Supernova, I'm going as far back as I possibly can to give me time to really take these guys, get some shots in. If you shoot their legs, you can cripple them and they move a lot slower. Think of Fallout 4 with the charred ghouls. They're probably one of the hardest creatures in the game. I mean, I think they're worse than freaking death claws in terms of getting up on you and getting in your face really quickly and doing some serious damage. Well, there's a quick and easy way around that. Yeah, you do your stats and you aim for their legs. And if you blow off one of their legs, they fall down to the ground. They can't walk. They can be alive, but they can't walk. Saved my butt quite a few times. So you use that and it kicks in. And then, of course, with the sneak, you get sneak attack damage, which is at 56%. Let's see. Where was it? It was something else, too. I can't remember. Like I said, there's different perks, too. Lowers the weapons. You try to get that. Walk speed. Tactical time. Yep. Let's see. 20% bonus extra. So, with all that, I'm doing almost a 50% extra headshot weak spot damage. And then you add this gun into the mix. One shot is doing 2. It's a twin shot. So I'm doing 188 damage. And then you double that for the weak spot damage. It kicks ass. It really does. But again, like I said, you want to tinker on the, if you're going to tinker, get this gun, save all the money, because it's going to get quickly expensive. You want to boost this gun up as high as you can. You want to boost your hunting rifle up. Make it quiet, because the reason you make it quiet is because the setup is you fire. If you're able to fire and hide, they're not going to be able to notice where you're at, and then that'll give you time to pick them off one by one by one. Sniper mentality. Alright, what else we got here? Talked about the weapons, talked about the tinkering. These are like my two primaries right here. Snipe them at first. If they start to get close, I switch over to the handgun and do a headshot. I use the plasma rifle, which I did boost it up. And then I was using this because, it's a little reliable. Plus the fact that, I boosted up so it does. It was doing low damage, and I was like, well, let me get it up, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. I'm going to give it to one of the companions. Talked about the armor. I think I did this before, but I'll mention it here. So if we go into here, and you definitely want to have charm good. If it's average, you don't get anything. If it's good, you get the 10% companion ability refresh, you get the positive. That increases your boost for your reputation, which, as you can see, I'm at the highest setup on these. The reason being, as I started to finish, if you drink the alcohol, it adds 1 to the personality. Right. By adding 1, it boosts your charm up, and instead of having a 10% positive reaction, you get a 20%. It's not a heck of a lot. Like, if you're getting 20 points added on positive, you do 20% times, you're going to get 22 points. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but with all the different quests, as you do it, it gets you quicker to that high level. And as soon as you get it, you don't have to bother with it. That is the reason why I carry around 3 of them just in case. Adreno, well, that's healing. You got pretty much all the carbohydrates are the same. They'll add 200 plus natural health regeneration, and it just sits here and regenerates. And this goes for 2 minutes. The meat base adds base health to 25%. It'll last for 2 minutes. Now there are different ones that'll last longer. 1 minute. Like this is mind, lasts a minute. This one is body, it lasts 2 minutes. Here's the body, it only lasts 1 minute. And this is the sniper, which will give you another 15% bonus to extra headshot. So if you're going after a really serious one, like a Mega Beast, I like to throw. That's the only drawback. It can only last 20 seconds, but 20 seconds you can get like 2 shots off, 2 headshots. And if you slow down time, you can get more. So usually what I do is I do 1 shot, and as soon as I shoot, I go into the tactical and I start shooting. And typically with decent play, you can get a Mega Beast health down to about half. Alright. Modifications. Bypass mag picks. Rule of thumb is if it's under... My rule of thumb is if it's over 50, I sell it. If it's under 50, I scrap it for the weapon parts. I have more than enough for armor. But I did that also until I got up to that point, started scrapping. Some stores will sell it, but again, you don't want to waste your money. You want to try to get it all up that you possibly can. Stellar Bay, you're either going to buy it from her for 10,000, or you're going to go there and try to make your way to Stellar Bay through the Outlands. It's on the other playthroughs. It's not kind of easy, not that easy, but there are a lot of freaking creatures. I'm actually going to do one. I'm going to do one on Supernova. And then once you get there, you've saved yourself 10,000. But there's a key, there's a stamp that you need to buy for 8,000. And I don't know why I don't have it. It's kind of weird. It's really weird. Alright. So let's see. We've talked about the perks. We've talked about... Okay. We talked about attributes. Talked about skills. Talked about perks. And... Actually, did I... Supernova, like I said, you have to sleep, you have to eat, you have to drink. Your companions can die on you. They go down, they're down for good. They don't get back up. Alright, I had to do like 4 different reloads because Parvati kept dying on me. Because on Supernova, the very first thing you want to do is you go get Parvati. As soon as you got the ship cleared, you go get Parvati. Because she helps a lot in the very beginning. But the problem is you need to make sure that you've Once you get her, you go back to the ship and save. And then what you do is you have to clear it out in sections. You do one little section, you clear it out, you go back and save. Because sometimes you're going to go try to clear a section and you're going to die or she's going to die. Then you're going to have to reload it. But with this perk, if they go down, you hit your inhaler, they come back up. So it's very effective. But look, you need to have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You need to have 10 perks to open up tier 3. And then 11 in order to kick it. But you know what? By the time you get these 10 perks, it's every 2 levels. So I hit this at level 14, I believe. Yes, level 14 I had a flaw. I had the 10 perks and I opened up tier 3. It was after I hit 14. As soon as I hit 16, I had the 1 extra perk. I took this to increase my skill bonuses. And then that was at 14, and then as soon as I hit 16, boom, took the revive. Now your companions do have a perk of their own, which will keep them alive. The only problem is, there it is. It's tier 5, and they're even. I forgot. I can't remember how the stats go. But I mean, I'm at level 16, and it's only level tier 3. I'm thinking maybe at 20 I'll get tier 4, and then at level 25 I'll get tier 5. I think it's every 5 levels. Makes kind of sense. So 4 previous perks. So that means as soon as I get this perk point here, and I put it in, the next level I'll be able to take it. Oh, and that's another thing. So, yeah, I know, I'm talking about Outer Worlds 1. So in Outer Worlds 2, when your companion levels up, alright, so, I don't have anything. So here, you could put whatever weapons you want. You could tell them. You can put whatever ranged weapon and melee weapon in their hands. You could put whatever armor and helmet you want. The perks, Outer Worlds 2, you've got 2. So you got your choice. You got to choose which one you want. So you choose one, next level on level 2, same thing. Go down to 3. Choose one of them. It allows you to put 1 perk in each thing. Oh, hold on a second. Where's Parvati? Okay, here's Parvati. So, you notice I have no perks in level 3. That's because the tier 1, the first perk I took for her was engineering to increase my engineering up. The second perk, which I kind of screwed up, I wish I hadn't done it, but I chose to get her ranged up. So she was doing more range damage. I should have just stuck it directly into health and then not bothered with the range. I kind of screwed the pooch here. I'm not restarting it though. Because typically what I do is I go, like her, I'll go engineering. I'll give her the additional range. I'll give her the companion, 30% companion ability. do the showtime, so when I use it, she does a bit more damage. And then the last one is when she's down during well, actually, you don't need that if they don't die. Let's see. And then lastly, so yeah, you can mix and match and you can go up and down. You can pick whatever you want. But the best part here is you can tell them how far you can go close to you, medium, or far. Oh, Supernova in the very beginning, keep them far away from you. As far away as you keep them far away, because area effects can kill them. I lost her even though she wasn't fighting from area effects because I had her at medium. You can choose, she can just do melee, she can just do range, or do a mix. Here's the best part. I don't know why they took this away. Outer Worlds 2, the moment you get in your fight, your companions are fighting. Alright, here you can choose for them not to fight. Passive only attacks the targets as explicitly told. Defensive, once told to attack a target, continues to fight until the combat's over. And then aggressive. Always more enemies. Here's your levels. Any different perks. But that right there is like the best. And the kicker here. One thing that always drove me nuts, I'm like trying to find like, what's my armor rating? What's my body armor? See? This breaks it down. Tells you what your XP needed. What your current max health is. What your health regen. Okay, how about I put this on? What does it do? Does it increase the size? Does it increase? Can't find that out in Outer Worlds 2. So, alright. Oh, and then here, look at this. Look at all these different boards, whatever. Well, here's the kicker. In Outer Worlds, there's only 3. 3. You have none. You don't have all this that you gotta, worry about. Like I said, they dumbed it down so badly. It's just, Alright, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps. Like I said, get that gun off Scalia. Now, and we'll look.
I've received a transmission from Roseway, from a Dr. Shaw.
Shit. This is where you're going to get his gun. After you're going to leave Terra, go to the Groundbreaker, or go to Phineas's lab, pick up the stuff there to get some extra experience points. Then go to the Groundbreaker. And as soon as you get the quest, you go there to help him. That's where you're going to get that gun. And that gun is the best.
Welcome back, Captain. I have received a transmission from Roseway.
What? Oh, is this on? Oh, it's on right now. Oh, blast. Hello? I'm trying to I'll keep this short, lest I get caught. Please return to Roseway as soon as you can. I haven't... Now, how does this blasted thing turn off?
The transmission.
Okay.
May luck be...
Let's make sure here. Okay. Whatever you do after you do this at Roseway and you get the toothpaste research, do not leave the planet. If you leave the planet, it assumes you're going to sell the research data to Gladys. And you can't go back and talk to Anton. Alright, so there you go. Do a quick recap. Run through fast as you can. Go to that planet and get this gun. Tinker it up as high as you can. Once you get to Roseway, you're gonna get this. Roseway is where you get the hunting rifle. This is where you'll pick this up on Roseway. Plasma rifle, that's just the standard one. I just turned it into a shock using a mod, and I forgot where I picked that up. It's like I said, these two weapons right here, gun and rifle. You set it up for the playthrough with all the perks. Headshot damages, you're gonna start one-shotting them. These are the two. 94 is great. Level 18, got it up to level 18. That works fantastic. Same thing on the long guns. Looking back, I would not have increased. I would have left that alone, not even bothered with it. Probably the same thing on that. I wouldn't bother with that. Now we talked about the perks. How many you're going to need. How to save your companions if they die. That's a biggie. So now I can start using them to help me. So this way I'm not, until I can get the, well, that's another thing. Oh, wait. Where is it? Engineering. At 60, 20% chance your item's repair will become pristine, which increases value. But here's the kicker: durability. They break down. They don't go down as much. And let me tell you something. The amount of uses that I use these suckers, they go down. I'd rather have it. That degrades slower than this. I can use the same exact two of them. One's pristine, one's not. Same exact weapons. The pristine one will degrade at a lower rate than the normal one, which saves you in the long run because, like I said, as on Supernova, as they lower down, their damage also lowers down. I don't know if that happens on the easy one. I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to load up one of the easy games and see if it does. I don't think it does. I never noticed it, to be honest with you. I don't think it really matters. I don't think the weapons do it. I know the armor can go down to 0. You still get the perks off it. So, I don't know. Something to look into. Alright. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope it's helped. Yeah. And after I'm done, after I get ready, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to save my 10,000 coin, and I'm going to go through the backwoods at Stellar Bay and work my way through there on Supernova. And if you've never seen it, the town itself is loaded, and they're tough. That's why you want to be able to tinker and get your stuff up. But I'll show you the differences doing the headshots and the other things. And with what I've got here, I think it should be not super easy, but I should be able to get through without any major issues. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. We're out for now.